Back to school means new classrooms and new faces for students and teachers, but for everyone, it means sharing the road.
School bus lanes, carpool drop-offs, crosswalks, sidewalks, you name it. Starting Monday, it's going to be very busy in and around those school zones. So to help us all get results and stay safe, traffic safety expert Trooper Steve joins us now with some very special guests. Steve.
Well, guys, the Orange County Community Traffic Safety Team is urging everyone to use extra caution during back to school, of course, and right now is a good time to talk protection. This is especially important for your child ride your bike to school. So joining us right now, Lieutenant Kim Montez from the Florida Highway Patrol, my old boss, along with Felicia Dixon, a certified helmet fitter with the Orange County Fire Rescue, and of course 6-year-old Ariel Gibson is joining us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you? Doing good? Doing good. Awesome. So first thing first, I want to talk what the Orange County Traffic Safety Team is and really what they do.
Well, you know, you used to head up the Orange County Community Traffic Safety Team. It is made up of law enforcement, fire rescue, engineers, crossing guards, public works people, and we all work as a group to identify our traffic safety problems and get results by looking at the problems and going out in the community and solving those.
See, so it's basically a team effort to ultimately prevent things from happening on the roadways.
Correct.
So Felicia, how would you go about really knowing that a child's helmet is fitted properly in the first place?
Okay, so the first thing we look for, a lot of times you find kids and it's too far back on the head. So you want to make sure it's no more than 2 fingers above the eyebrow. So that's where we look first. You also want to make sure the straps here are right below the ear, and they should form a V. And then down here, you want to make sure you can get no more than 2 fingers under the strap, and it should fit very snugly. So she was saying earlier it's too tight, but it's normally because we're not wearing it tight enough. So it should be snug, and so when you're shaking your head, so go ahead and shake your head for us. It shouldn't wobble and move around.
I remember as being a kid here in Orlando, you know, your helmet's up top, and then all of a sudden it's on the back of your head and your forehead showing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, that's not the right way
not at all.
to
It
have
protects nothing.
Now, Lieutenant Montez, when it comes to not wearing your helmet, can children and adults be cited for not wearing a helmet?
So yeah, so the law does require any child under the age of 16 to properly wear a helmet that's certified. If you're not wearing that helmet under the age of 16, the child can be cited, or the telling a child to not wear their helmet. Law enforcement's goal is not to write a ticket.
Right.
We are going to be out next week, members of the Community Traffic Safety Team. If we see a child that's not wearing a helmet, we're going to be handing them a flyer. And that flyer is going to remind parents of what the law is. It's all about safety. We want to prevent these crashes. The head is the most vulnerable part of your body. We want to make them safe.
Now, when it comes to the important part of purchasing that helmet, what should a parent be looking for when it comes to buying that helmet to begin with?
So they're not one size fit all, so you definitely want to make sure the helmet fits the child. And as they're growing, you definitely want to get a new one. They do expire, and the helmet needs to be a certified helmet. So you never want to buy a used helmet. So just making sure it's in good working order. If you're ever in a crash, you definitely want to get a new helmet after that as well.
Just like a car seat.
Absolutely.
You don't know where it came from. You want to make sure that you're protecting your child with the right stuff.
Definitely.
Now, what should a child be wearing when they're on their way to school? Lieutenant Montez, maybe.
You know, we want them to be visible. You know, as we go into the later months in the fall, the time change, we will see darkness earlier in the in the morning. Be visible. The bike can be visible with reflectors, their clothing, their helmet. Being visible is a key to drivers seeing them.
And what about those crosswalks?
You know, the crosswalks are the most dangerous places for kids, and a lot of these kids are doing the right thing. They're going into the crosswalk at the right time. The drivers aren't doing what they need to be doing. Before you make that right turn at a red light or an intersection, look to the right of you to make sure a child's not entering that crosswalk.
And that includes, we're going to be having a lot of crossing guards out in the morning and stuff like that. So on your way, of course, Ariel, if you do take your bike out there, make sure that you wait for that crosswalk to kind of tell you, the crossing guard to tell you when it's time to cross and stuff like that. Now, the ultimate goal, obviously, is safety next week.
Yes.
We don't want to see any crashes, anybody getting hurt or anything like that. Would you recommend any other extra safety equipment for a child when after they get you fitted for the helmet, maybe any extra protection gear?
Anything else, knee pads, the elbow pads, anything extra just helps in case there is a fall. So all of that definitely can be added to the overall protection of the child.
Awesome. Ariel, I got a question for you. If you had a message for any of the students out there getting ready to head to school, what would you want them to do this week, coming up next week?
I would want them to be safe
Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Awesome. Ladies, back to you guys at the desk.
You're driving around.